All right, so I'm meeting with Isaiah. He's a student from the youth ministry, and so we're just gonna process through some stuff. But we are gonna just start off with just to get to know you. So, buddy, how you been doing lately?
It's been good. Life's been good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been going on with just life?
Well, I got my license, so driving now, and
Yeah.
torch and ignite, and weightlifting, and that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, so how often do you weightlift?
I try to do it 3 times a week.
Do you do it at the school or at home?
Both. I try to get to the school, but in days I just don't feel like it, I just do it at home.
All right. So then, do you do it with the football team then?
With the guys that are in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Kewaskum has a problem with getting guys in the gym, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think people just don't like doing it.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. I don't like working out.
No, it's a pain.
So then, do you like it?
I like what it does, like the benefits, but the actual doing it, no, I don't like it.
All right. Do you see progress happening?
As of late, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working pretty hard.
What is your favorite thing to do while working out?
Man, I don't think I have a favorite. It's all bad.
No.
Benching, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how have you been? What's your bench at now?
I haven't maxed out in a while, but
Okay.
I think I can do a plate like 6 times, so.
Okay. Nice.
There's progress to be made there, though.
Yeah. And how did the football season go for you?
Really bad.
Yeah.
As of like stats wise, it was a losing season, but fun wise, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to learn a lot in football, so.
How do you do with connecting with the guys not being in public school with them?
Oh man, dude, I think I get along good with everyone, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no problem there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it weird to still be homeschooled and do that?
It was at first, like, I was scared the first couple of years that I went, but, I mean, like, I made friends right away, and, like, I can connect with people pretty easily, so that was no problem. And the coaches like me, so
that's
that
good.
helps, yeah.
So how's just homeschool doing with you?
It's going good, man. I mean, I really can't complain, because compared to other people, mine is super easy,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. What time do you get done with school?
It's different every day. If I really try hard, I can get done in, like, 3 hours, but if
Okay.
I don't really try hard, it's, like, 4.5, 5.
What time do you start?
Normally 9,
Okay, so you're done by like 1 then.
for the most part, yeah.
That is
Sometimes 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are your goals after high school then?
I've been praying about that a lot, dude. I really don't know.
No.
No.
Does that freak you out at all?
Kind of, but I mean, I have faith that it'll work out, so
Yeah.
I've just been praying about it a ton.
So do you see yourself like in the workforce or like as far as like the labor unions or anything like that?
I've been looking into trades a lot,
Okay.
so like
There are a lot of them out there that do
yeah,
that.
exactly. So I mean, there's a field for it.
Yeah.
I just want to know if I'd actually like that kind of work, you know.
Doesn't your dad do some of it?
He's a landscaper,
Okay.
and I'm actually gonna be working there this summer. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be working like 40 hours a week?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I think I'll probably like 3 or 4 days a week.
Okay.
No.
How many hours a day though?
I'm not sure. That hasn't been specified, but
I'm sure he has long days.
my dad works like 10 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a year round or what is he doing?
No, he gets laid off. Actually, he's coming up. It'll probably be like his last week this week,
Okay.
and then like once the snow hits in, and then they get laid off for the winter. So he gets like normally about 4 to 5, 4 months off, I would say. And
Okay.
then he just gets to do what he wants. So that part's cool.
Does he not like do snow plowing at all or anything?
No, he's one that doesn't. No.
Okay. So then he just stays at home and gets to chill as a dad?
Yeah, actually, my mom told him this year he can't stay at home because he gets on her nerves. So he's
Oh.
gonna find other stuff to do. With it.
So then what is he planning on doing?
He's been telling everybody just to give him projects to do and he'll do them for him. So he's going to be kind of like a communal handyman. And then
Yeah.
we got tons of stuff to do around the house always and outside, so I'll probably work on that.
So how's it been coming to with like the merge at Kettlebrook with Kewaskum merging into West Bend? How's that been for your family?
My family, I think for the most part everybody likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know I do.
Yeah.
I do miss Kewaskum just because of what it was and it was really cool, but I
Yeah.
do like West Bend a lot, so
All right.
yeah.
What's been like the biggest like benefit of it for you?
Of coming to West Bend?
Yeah.
I mean, I get to see all the Torch crew, so that's
Yeah.
really cool.
You don't feel so alone. It's not just you and
Yeah.
the Gillespies over there.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have the Gerhardts too. They were just a little younger.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So then, what do you want to go over today? Like, what's your big thing that you kind of want to process through?
Me and my mom have been getting into it as of late, kind of butting heads on stuff.
All right, what does that look like to you?
Um, like how so?
Like you said, butting heads.
Oh, well, I mean, the fact that she's also my teacher and my mom, that can be really, like, stressful
Yeah.
and kind of annoying. So I try to, like, just, I don't know, I guess have more respect for her as my mom than my teacher,
Okay.
I guess. But, I don't know, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I get kind of frustrated at her, which isn't good, but it's hard.
What do you feel like the biggest frustration is with her being your teacher?
Um, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like some of the stuff that she makes me do, I feel like it's utterly pointless. And she tells me that it's not, and that gets me angry. But I mean, she is my mom and my teacher, so I guess I have to have that respect for her.
Yeah.
But it's just hard sometimes.
Do you feel like it would be different if you were like actually in school?
I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and it might be.
Yeah.
Just because then I would actually have teachers, and my mom would be more my mom. But I don't know.
Do you feel like they would give you more meaningful work, or do you feel because the curriculum's probably set, right, that the school has?
Actually, ours is like it's a Christian program off the internet,
Okay.
so it's not what Kewaskum does. I actually think I probably get a better education at home, just compared to like what my friends know. So that way, I think I'm better off, and it's kind of better all around, dude.
Okay.
But,
I mean, do you view your mom as someone who's like knowledgeably smart, that like is like as she's teaching you, it's not something she's like learning as she goes, but she actually knows what she's talking about?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, where do you see is like tends to be like the trigger moment when you guys kind of start clashing a little bit?
Oh, where would that be? I don't know. One of us will do something that the other one doesn't like, and then like it just like clicks, and then we kind of get like angry at each other.
What does that look like as you guys are starting to get more and more angry?
I don't know. Just like not even anything that serious. Just like kind of like you can feel that the other person is like angry towards you or frustrated with you.
Yeah.
You can just kind of feel it.
Now, do you guys like converse with words a lot, or did you guys shut down, or does it like?
I've never like yelled at my mom or anything.
Okay.
So it doesn't get like loud or anything, but
okay.
Just like a stress.
Yeah.
And a feeling of like anger, kind of.
So does that go anywhere, as far as like into your relationship between you and your mom, or does it usually die out there, or what is that?
Normally, it's just in the school part of it.
Okay.
But
so as soon as school stuff gets put away, it kind of
then it's
declines
kind of
a little bit.
lifted off my shoulders.
Because you have, you're a sophomore now, so you have 2.5 more years of that.
Yeah.
And you're probably, at least from watching everyone else's trend and even my own trend, like you're gonna want to be more independent as you get older and older. So have you seen where this issue has been building up over the past few years? Like as you've gotten older, it's kind of gotten more stressful?
Maybe a little bit more stressful.
Okay.
I don't think it's gotten like crazy
bad
or anything, but.
So how is it that, how do you kind of process through that, or what does it seem to you like? How do you cool yourself down, I guess is a better question.
Just kind of ask myself, what would Jesus do in that situation?
Yeah.
I kind of just put myself in my place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would Jesus respond in that situation?
Probably apologize and stop being a jerk.
All right. Do you ever get exhausted of like? Do you feel like you're the only one doing it, or is your mom pretty good at being able to kind of ask for forgiveness as well on her end?
I don't ask forgiveness enough, to be honest.
Okay.
But no, I don't know. I don't know about that.
All right. So then, like, in your heart, you're like, I know this is how Jesus would want me to respond. I know this is how Jesus would respond. But do you feel like there's a decent amount of action with it, or is it just internalizing it?
I try to make it more actional, which doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
Just because like pride in that, but.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I would say more internal than external.
Do you feel like pride's a fair amount of the times the trigger for you?
I would say it's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How else does it manifest for you?
Like in which way?
Does that come out in any other relationships, or does that come out in your brothers and sisters? Does it come out with certain, like, whether on your sports team or anything like that?
I try not to be a prideful guy.
Yeah.
It's mostly just with that.
Okay.
So for the most part, it just stays there. Can't really think of anywhere else where it pops up too much. But
why do you think it pops up more with your mom?
I don't know. I guess just trying to prove like I'm right and you're wrong.
Okay. So then, does she do that back to you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like is that where you feel like you learned kind of how to do that?
Maybe.
That's how your response is.
Probably.
Does your dad respond that way?
Like respond that to me or
to you or your mom, or have you seen your dad do that as well, or is it more of like your mom has that mentality?
I would say everybody in my family has that mentality sometimes, but for the most part, my dad's pretty cool, and I would say here and there he'll get like I don't know how to say it. I don't know, moody maybe.
Okay.
But I mean, when he does, he always like as soon as he gets done ranting or whatever, he apologizes to the whole family and stuff. So he's always good at apologizing and making amends for stuff that he says. But no, for the most part, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, what is you kind of have like you kind of said like I want to prove that I'm right, you're wrong mentality. Have you ever had a time where like even after fighting for that you realized that you weren't actually right?
Oh, for sure.
What does that do to you?
Makes me feel utterly retarded.
So how do you respond in that situation, or how do you deal with that situation?
Ask for forgiveness from God and mom, and then just do what she said to do.
So where do you see is kind of like the biggest point that you feel like you need to work on in all this?
I guess being less prideful and just respecting my mom as my teacher and my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And not being a total jerk.
How do you balance, in your mind, like when you know you're right and you should stand firm for where you know you're right, and being able to resolve conflict in a way of just being able to compromise? Where's that line for you?
Where's that line? I don't know. I guess I never really thought about that.
Is there people that you tend to have an easier time if you had conflict with them, that it's easier to compromise than have that I win mentality? Because you said it was mostly with your mom.
Yeah, it is mostly with my mom.
So then, what relationships in your life does it look like where the compromise comes easier?
My siblings.
Why is that?
I'm not sure why. They're just easier to like deal with, I guess.
Is there any? Because I mean, pride seems to be the issue in it. So is there any kind of mentality that you might have, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, completely fine if you do. Is there any mentality that you kind of feel like you do have superiority over your siblings because you're the oldest, correct?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
So that where like, could it be that there's some superiority that you're just like, I don't need to compete with you because like there's this unwritten understanding that I am above to some extent?
To some extent, maybe. I wouldn't say like I'm better than you because I'm older than you and like you have to do what I say, but no, I don't know. I guess in a way.
How do you usually do with people of authority?
And besides my mom, really good.
So then, when you get into conflicts with your mom, do you already know like the best ways to tear her down?
I never try to go at her personally.
Okay.
Like I never try to rip on who she is or what she does because she does a lot for me.
Yeah.
The fact that she homeschools me is really cool.
Yeah.
But like on the situation, I would say yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm just trying to wrestle with this tension in your head of like pride comes out towards your mom, she has some authority over you, or she has a
Yeah.
lot of authority over you.
Yeah.
But as your independence grows, I just want to I want to be able to try and process through with you. What does it look like to be able to deal with people of authority, or even if it's just your mom? How do you deal with your mom and have like an actual conflict resolution versus I need to. My first response is always I'm right and I'll win this.
Yeah.
Um, do you notice as you guys are in conflict with one another, um, tensions beginning to rise, or do you not notice it until it's like there and it's full fledged there?
I can feel it kind of coming on sometimes. Like it's a steady build, and then it just gets to like, I don't know. I guess it's never gotten like insanely bad or anything,
Yeah.
but it's there, and you can kind of feel it building up. I normally try to put it out before it starts, but
What does that look like?
like trying to put it out,
Yeah.
like just knowing that it's coming, and then I need to like stop like thinking that way. That
Okay.
the anger or whatever, the frustration part.
Does that look like not talking to your mom, like closing off? Does it look like walking out of the room for a little bit? Does it look like just putting it down, the homework down for a little bit, and just saying, "Hey, we need to get back to it"?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be just like, or just even just trying to get into a different mindset. I just try to get myself into a different place, and one that's not so angry.
Is that difficult?
Sometimes, but for the most part, if I actually try, it's pretty easy.
All right. So then, how about like worst case scenarios with your mom, as bad as it's gotten? Where do you see like where you have fallen, or why weren't you able to kind of put out the fire earlier?
My worst case scenarios. Where has this gotten me? I'm not sure. So worst case
Well,
scenario.
I mean, like whenever you can think, like you don't need to think of a time specific, but when it's gotten so bad, where do you feel like the downfall was, where it like totally went out of control, or what factors played a role where it just seemed like it got to its worst between you and your mom?
When it gets worse is when we both don't stop and we both just go at it about the situation, and yeah, that's probably when there's like no cutoff and when we both just kind of tear at each other.
Okay. What does it look like to tear into each other?
It's probably more me than her for the most part.
Okay.
Like just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of hard. Just like
Try your best.
me ripping at like everything, kind of. Then just like, this is dumb. This is stupid. Why do I have to do this? And then like just kind of tearing at her authority.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you blatantly like say certain things, like? Because I'm assuming you don't blatantly say like I don't respect you in this or stuff like that.
No, I've never said that.
So then, what does that look like to kind of take away some of her authority?
Downgrade everything. Just bring it to a lower level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, explain that a little bit more. What does that look like?
I guess kind of undermining her thought in it of why she thinks it's right and why I think I'm right, and I try to put my thoughts above her thoughts, and making hers feel dumb, I guess.
Okay.
Or like she's stupid in that, I guess.
So like, all right, that's kind of future cast for you. One day, I knowing you, I know that you definitely want to be married.
For sure.
Situations are going to rise, tensions are going to rise. How would you deal with those situations differently?
With my wife?
Mm-hmm.
I guess trying to have more respect for her.
How do you gain that?
Gain the respect?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What does it look like to gain respect for anybody?
I'm doing something to earn it, I guess.
Think who would be someone that you respect highly of?
Besides you?
whoever you want.
Well, I respect you. I respect my dad a ton.
All right. So then, how has your dad earned it?
I guess he's never done anything not to. I don't know. He's always been a really good dad to me.
Mm-hmm.
He does a ton of stuff for me and the family. He's really solid.
So is it that he's done so much for you that that's where the respect comes from?
Yeah, and just like we've done so much to bond with each other.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you spent like kind of the quality time to
Yeah.
build into the relationship.
for sure.
Do you feel like you haven't been able to do that with your mom?
Yeah, I've thought about that before. We don't do that kind of stuff. So I guess that kind of bonding relationship isn't really there.
Do you not have like a lot of hobbies that are really in common, and that's why it's not, or is it because she's
Yeah,
so
we
focused
really
on little
don't do
kids?
anything. And I mean, she is really busy too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we don't have that much in common.
Okay. Is there anything that you guys do have in common?
There's not much if I'm thinking about it. Yeah, not much.
Is that difficult for you to kind of say like me and my mom don't really have much in common, or is it
I'm open. That's
okay?
not really a problem.
All right. Um, because I'm assuming that whoever you pick to start dating and hopefully become your wife one day, like you're probably looking for commonalities a little bit of easier. What happens if you do pick someone who tends to be different? I mean, there's so many people that like my wife and I are not opposites attract. We're very similar, but not
Yeah.
everyone does that.
Yeah.
Some people go after opposites. So what happens if that's the case? Like, how would you be able to get respect for someone if a lot of what